Well, it is finally here. Remnant 2 announces its first DLC, The Awakened King. On the heels of a huge quality of life patch update, seriously, it is huge, and their Halloween event, which added new aberrations, mutators, weapons, and they even added loadouts, and these are things that are not just with the event, that are going to be in the game permanently. Gunfire Games announced their first DLC, The Awakened King, that will go live November 14th at 12 p.m. Eastern, which is 2 weeks away. Less than 2 weeks, actually, which is crazy. The DLC is going to be available on all platforms for $9.99, or it's included in your Ultimate Edition. Now here's the official description of the DLC. The one true king has awakened and is on a blood rampage that has upset the very tides of Losomn's dismal shores, surfacing creatures of the deep and treacheries long buried. I cannot begin to tell you how excited I am to jump back into Remnant 2 and discover all the new secrets. Of course, we're going to be posting guides on my YouTube channel here and over on dpscheck.gg to help you find all the new items and secrets. Before we jump into the details, let's take a look at this awesome trailer.
So the hour of reckoning has come at last. Rivers of blood and cries of agony. The king I once served, once counted as a friend, is no more. What remains is a true tyrant. Our world shall slip ever deeper into peril. Should we fail to put a stop to his bloodlust, will you light the way? Decide, strange one. Duty or hope?
Now let's talk about everything we know so far about this DLC. This DLC is going to bring you back to Losomn, but this time it's in a new coastal region of the area. The story focuses on the one true king that is awakened from his eternal slumber, which I guess is not so eternal, but you probably remember him as the statue that you pulled a dagger out of his back during the council chambers event mission. Well, he's awake now and he's got a huge castle that we get to explore and some outdoor areas that are really rainy and gloomy. There's going to be some new enemy types, of course, lots of bosses, items, weapons, and secrets. I have to admit, I was really hoping for a survival game mode that so many of us love about Remnant from the Ashes, but I think that'll probably be one of the later DLCs to carry us off into the sunset type of thing if you want to continue to play Remnant. I have my fingers crossed, though, that we will get a survival mode sooner rather than later. The content from this DLC, however, will be added to the procedural world of Losomn. If you've already completed the story and you're a returning player, you'll be able to roll a separate adventure packed full of new DLC content, and then after that, the secrets of the king will be folded into the rest of the Losomn Fae storyline. So you'll have to replay it through the Losomn storyline if you want to gather all the secrets. One playthrough of the new DLC is estimated to only take about 3 to 5 hours, but we all know that there are secrets hidden in most of the Remnant areas, so I'm sure it's going to take a lot longer than that if you want to experience and collect everything. Their goal with this DLC and probably future DLCs is to add to the overall story and world of Remnant 2, filling out these overworlds for subsequent playthroughs. So knowing this, I think it's fair to say that future DLCs will probably come for Narud and Yesha, and then hopefully, like I said, a new game mode for the last DLC. I am really pulling for survival here. It was just one of the best survival modes in a game, I think, just ever. The last thing that we'll see with this DLC is a brand new class archetype, the Ritualist. Now, the Ritualist archetype is going to focus on status effects to punish foes. If we're thinking thematically here with the One True King, I'm gonna guess that it's gonna be bleed or maybe a poison, and I really do think we're gonna see a return of the trait Cold as Ice that we had in Remnant from the Ashes, which increases range and melee damage dealt to enemies when attacking them from behind. Basically, increased damage to backstab. We also know with DLC 1 we're getting an increase to the number of traits you can have, up to 85 from our previous 65. So that's going to give you more traits that you can max out, more things that you can do with your character. So it's going to be exciting to see what we can do to mix and match with this new archetype, the Ritualist. I think the Alchemist would pair really well with the Ritualist because of the consumable time and all that stuff. Gunfire Games also takes a chance in this new DLC with the new boss weapons, and they really are hoping that fans like it. They're taking inspiration from exotic weapons from games like Destiny to really push the envelope. We've already had some insane boss weapons in Remnant, and I would argue that they're already better than exotics from Destiny, but I'm excited to see what they come up with. Lastly, if you haven't read through the huge quality of life patch that went live on October 26th, here's the TLDR. They've added loadouts, which is huge. It was probably the #1 most requested quality of life feature. So now you don't have to worry about switching all of your items, going through over 100 different rings just to find the 4 ones that you want to wear. And I would recommend going in and saving some loadouts prior to the DLC of some of your favorite builds, or maybe a class that you want to pair with the Ritualist. In addition to loadouts, they also improved evade detection in multiplayer games, a lot of bug fixes, a ton of gear balance changes. If you want to go check it out, I will put a link down in the description below. And then finally, they did add an Aberration Domination event, which was live for a few days up until Halloween here, but it's also going to remain in the game after this time. It's just not going to be as prevalent. They probably took down a lot of the little decorations in Ward 13, but you're still going to be able to find these aberrations, collect the corrupted shards, and craft these new weapons. So if you're planning on jumping in for the DLC, that's also some new content there that you can look forward to. All right, guys, that's going to do it for the DLC announcement. I will see you November 14th. I'm going to be live on twitch.tv/abbyhour and right here on YouTube. We're going to be multi-streaming when we jump into the Awakened King DLC. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button because I will be covering all the secrets. If you guys haven't seen the Remnant playlist on this channel already, click on over because there are tons of videos and we are not stopping. So look forward to that. If there's any specific secrets you want to see me post before the DLC comes out, maybe something in Losomn, let me know down in the comments below. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.